And if you'd like, as we're waiting just another minute or so, if you'd like to put into your message here, um, we're, I believe, all alumni, and so I just want to make sure I kind of have an idea of who's in the room. So if you could put your name and your major and school, and if you like the year you graduated, to share with everyone here. And let me know that if you can have access to the messaging. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Sharina Catalesi Payne. I'm the Associate Director of Employer Relations at External Partnerships at the University of Maryland here at College Park. And today is Shaking Hands with Handshake. You can use the raise hand function or come off mute. How many of you are familiar with Handshake, the University Career Center's platform? All right, welcome everyone. It looks like we have a mix of recent grads in 2003, 2009. Wonderful. Excellent. Great. Thanks for sharing. And this helps as we're oh yes, Allison. Yeah, so Careers for Terps was the path one. So Shaking Hands with Handshake today is we're gonna quickly go over the new career platform that's been with us since the fall of 2023. And specifically how this platform is helpful to our recent graduates and alumni and long-term alumni as well. And we'll go over a few other things too. So I'm going to go through slides, do a quick demo of the system, and then go back through some slides and then have some time for some question and answers. So introduction to Handshake. So you can use Handshake. This was previously Careers for Terps to advance your career, hire fellow Terps. If you are getting into a position where you're beginning to hire your own employees and connect with career resources that you always have access to even as an alum. So Handshake is the University Career Center's career management tool for current students as well as alumni. It used to be called Careers for Terps platform. That was a different platform. In the fall of 2023, we moved to Handshake. And this is where students and alumni, employers, career staff connect with career employment opportunities. So this is where, as I'm on the employer relations team, this is where we interact with all the employers, where they put jobs, different things like that. So you can create an account in Handshake. As a university alum, you're welcome to create that free account. If you are an alum who graduated on May 2023 or after, you should be able to just log in to Handshake at this joinhandshake.com, umd.joinhandshake.com, and you should be able to just log in using your Terp Mail or your UMD account. Alumni who graduated before May 2023. So those of you who have been around a bit longer, you were with the Careers for Terps. You can log into umdjoinhandshake.com and request an account. You can also call our front desk and email ucc-studenthelp@umd.edu. So again, any alum, no matter how long ago you registered, can go ahead, you graduated, can go ahead and sign up for the Handshake account. And I would encourage you to do so. One of the main things that you're going to be able to do in Handshake as an alum is you have access to exclusive resources for University of Maryland alumni and current students. So these are behind a firewall. We pay for these resources for our alums and for our students. And so big interview, if you want to practice interviewing or practice virtual interviewing, Mintra is kind of a support for students and alum with mental disabilities or anxiety or depression and different things like that, any types of disabilities. And assist you with the job and search process and preparing for interviews and knowing your rights and different things like that. Vault and Focus 2 and What Can I Do with This Major are just different ways for you to review yourself, your major, your interests and industry interests and things. So you can go ahead and review that. Quad Job and no longer exists. And we do have LinkedIn, but that is the LinkedIn Learning is just for current students at the moment. Terrapins Connect and Pathway U are other ways that you can connect and learn about different industries, what you might be interested in, what you majored in. And then Going Global is for students who are interested in careers abroad. So if you're interested in looking at jobs outside of the United States. And I will go over where all this is when I do the demo. And what can you do in Handshake? You can apply for jobs, internships, fellowships. You can review and apply and learn about graduate schools. There's a lot of graduate schools on there. So if you're looking at the next step, that's another way that it's helpful. You can research employers. You can find recruiter contacts and get connected with employers who are posting jobs, ask them questions through the messaging system in the in Handshake. It's kind of like a LinkedIn, but specific to University of Maryland students and alum. You can schedule alumni career advising appointments. We do offer between 1 and 3, depending on the situation, alumni career advising appointments with our career advisor who works with our alum. So that's something to keep in mind. And another thing to note is if you have graduated within the last year, so if you graduated in May of 2025, August 2025, or December 2025, you still have access to your career advisor from your school that you graduated from. For those 12 months after you graduate, you still have access to that career advisor from when you were a student, even if you never met with them when you were a student. And so we encourage our recent alum to reach out to them. And anyone over a year out meets with our alumni career advisor. And you can register for career fairs, other recruitment events. Some are virtual, some are online. Some are in person. And so you can keep up to date with the employers that you're interested in and learn about when their application dates open, when they close, learn a little more about the organization, and just kind of do research in that way. You can also add a personal email to Handshake. So when you are a current student, you use your Terp Mail or your umd.edu email. But when you graduate, you may or may not use that email as much anymore. And you may see this blue tag that's come up. And you can add a personal email so that as you continue on after graduation, you can get Handshake and you can log into Handshake using whichever email that you want. You add a personal email and you won't get notifications or emails through the system unless you mark your personal email as your primary, and you would do that in the settings in Handshake. And then you would just need to confirm your email from that inbox. And then it can go to whatever Gmail account or another work email or whatever else you prefer. So this is something that's really helpful for alum after they've graduated, especially. All right. You can download the Handshake app for iOS and Android. So feel free to take a moment to do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to set up the system and have a look at what's going on in the system and what it looks and feels like. And specifically kind of focusing on a few things that are key for alumni in the system. Alrighty, and I will come back to this if you didn't get a chance to do the QR, but you can easily find Handshake in the app stores. Alrighty, one moment. I'm just gonna pull up. Let's see. Okay. All right. Share. Okay, no, that's not the one I want to share. Stop share. There we go. Too many screens. Okay, Can you all see, someone just wants to, shout out or give a heads up here that you all can see my handshake here.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Allison. Okay, so I'm actually going straight. So when you log into Handshake, I want to make sure that I'm fully into the student mode. Student account. I have all the accounts, so just want to make sure I'm in the right one. All right, yes, I am. Okay, so when you log into Handshake, you're going to have a profile. And up here in the top right, you are going to see your initials here. And this is where it's very similar to LinkedIn, right? You can post your resume, you can make posts and get profile views from other students in UMD and any other Handshake school. About 1,400 universities across the US use Handshake. All the top 100 universities in the US use Handshake. So you can connect with students that way, employers, and you can make your profile public to the extent that it's findable on like a Google search, just like your LinkedIn profile. So a lot of students will just basically take what they've put in LinkedIn, if you've done that, and work through this. You can make a custom link. You can fill out the about section, skills, work experience, education, courses, organizations, projects, languages. So again, very similar. You can put your picture and it will suggest people that you should follow and things like that. You have My Job. So these are where you can track all the jobs that you have applied to and what your status was, whether you were applied, primary, you were a primary candidate, where you declined. And then you have My Meetings. So this keeps track of the employer meetings that you might have planned or on-campus interviews that you might have planned. And these employer meetings are often when an employer posts a job in Handshake and notes that they are open to questions or meeting with people about that position specifically or about the organization. And so these are all the different ways that you would be able to meet with them through the system directly. So nothing outside of the system. My Documents is where you can post your resumes, cover letters, different resumes and cover letters for different job or job types or industry type. And then this is where you note your career interests. So I am currently looking for a full-time job. I'm interested in graduate school. What can Handshake help you with? I want to find a job. I want to build my network. You can put the types of jobs and fill this out, not too narrowly and not too broadly, somewhere in the middle, so that this helps the algorithm when you start to note like what you're interested in these different areas. This helps the algorithm keep an idea of, what types of jobs might be interesting to you. You can set your notification preferences, so please do, so you're not losing your mind about getting too many emails or pushes or anything like that. So you can set what you'd like to hear from Handshake. And that is very, very helpful. And then your different school connections. So if you have, like I'm at University of Maryland, I also went to American University, you can have those both there. And then over here, on this side on the left is the Career Center. And this is kind of where you'll see that within Handshake, the University of Maryland has 3 separate career centers. So if you're an engineering student or an alum, there is the Engineering Career Services. If you were a School of Public Policy student, they have their own kind of platform within Handshake. And if you are from any of the other 10 schools, that's us right here, the University Career Center. We represent all 12 schools. If you are a Smith student, a business student or alum, they have an entirely separate system called Hire Smith, and it's run on the platform 1220. So if you are a Smith or business student, you have access to Handshake as well as the Smith School of Business Hire Smith. So just a heads up there. And so here you can see information about who we are, upcoming career fairs, and different things like that. So this is something, the main area for the Career Center. When you click on Career Center, you can click on appointments, and it will automatically, because you're set as an alum, it will automatically help you set up a University Career Center appointment, and you can either set up an alumni career advising appointment, or you're able to come into the University Career Center at any time and schedule a professional photo booth 15-minute appointment. And these take excellent photos. If you're in the College Park area and you want to pop by and get one of these professional photos, you should. And then the alumni career advising, it is for alum that have graduated more than a year ago. If you are within the last year, you will see other options come up to get your appointment. Other things that you'll be able to do is searching for jobs. Again, it's very similar to LinkedIn. This is all popping up. Everyone's will look different, by the way. This is all popping up because I have myself as a history alum who is interested in kind of these industries. And so already when I hit this, when I hit jobs, it's considering my past behavior in the system, where I've applied, what I've looked at, and what my profile says, and start sending me things. So it's like, hey, you might be interested in the Federal Communications Commission. You might be interested in working at the National Journal. You might be interested in. So it's going to already start to push things to me. But then you can also do filters and say, I want a full-time job. I want it to be within 100 miles of Washington, D.C., the DMV area. I want it to be paid, of course. And then I want it to match my degree level. So I got here bachelor's, but also I've got my master's. So let's look and see what we've got. You can also go by specific employer or specific industry that you're interested in, and it'll pop up and tell you what industries you can choose from. You can also do work authorization. If you're a F1 or F1 student or J1 student, anything like that, you can do work authorization review by employers who are willing to hire OPT, CPT, or visa sponsorship, or specific types of roles. When I press apply, I'm going to see happens. So there, I've got like data and analysis, and then say, okay, this is interesting to me. You can save this job, you can share it to yourself, you can apply, and it looks like they want you to apply within the Handshake system. Let me see if I can find one that's apply externally. And sometimes you might see that it says apply externally, and that's because the National Journal is posting the job in Handshake, but when you apply, they want you to apply externally. So it clicks externally and it's going to take you directly there. I encourage all students to apply within Handshake as well as find the actual job at Obvient and apply that way too. You can also follow this employer so that in the future, if they have other jobs or opportunities, or they register for a career fair, or they post an event, an info session or something, you'll get an alert in the system. You can also flag or report an employer if you're like, this sounds fishy, this doesn't look right, or if you have a bad experience with an employer. Even as an alum, you can always come to us and say, hey, that wasn't cool. So we can assist and promote and help you with that. You can search up upcoming events. So here's the event you're at right now. There's also all these other events that are coming up, including career fairs. And this is where, there's the computer science career fair, which unfortunately is not open to alumni. But our spring career and internship fair is open to alumni February 24th, 25th, 26th. We have a virtual fair coming up on March 11th if you're not in the area. We have a performing arts fair coming up next week, the education fair coming up next week, architecture fair coming up next week, actually tomorrow, and then several engineering fairs. And then a health professions fair is April 23rd, if you want to note that. Yeah, so this is just kind of to give you a sense of what it looks like and feels like. I am going to switch back to the first. Was there any other questions that anyone had before I move on?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I was going to say now to schedule like the alumni advising appointments, whether
Mhm.
it's 1 to 3 sessions, depending on situation,
Mhm.
is that limited to like how many years out you are? Because I'm like 17 years out. Do they cap it at like 10 years, or am I still welcome?
No, we currently are meeting with everyone. And then as you're doing this as a part of the Alumni Professional Development Month, the Alumni Association also has opportunities for you to meet with other alum and career coaches. So they have their own career coaching thing. So you have the University Career Center, and then you have the Alumni Association with the University of Maryland that offers career coaching. So what we typically do is act as kind of like a triage system, and we're going to push you to the Alumni Association to continue to meet with those career coaches. There is a fee involved with that, but like 1 to 3, and that's not a hard and fast rule. And that's typically depending on if we have space. If we really start to fill up, which we typically don't. If we really start to fill up, then she may just be like, okay, I'm going to meet with you one to 2 times, and then we'll get you moving. Um, but yeah, it's not a super hard and fast rule for that. Thanks for the question. And Hina, you had a question?
Hey, yeah, thank you. I
Mhm.
appreciate you all doing this today. So
Mhm.
when you're trying to log into the app, maybe I missed this, I'm not sure, but I think
Yeah.
there's the option of either like applying directly through your email, which would be those, those I call them kids who just graduated,
Yeah.
or it would be, going through your email. And so it's
Mhm.
asking for a directory ID and a passphrase. Is that something that we create on our own? Is that something you help us with, or?
That is something that we can help you with.
I'm
So,
sorry if I missed that when you
oh
were.
no, and it was right in the beginning. And I will go back. Let me see if I can go back to that slide. All righty, and I'll to share that again. Because this is like the main, how are you, how are you connecting it? So can you see this slide here? So if you graduated, this is a new system, right? So if you graduated before May 2023, you would log in and you're going to basically request an account.
Okay.
And so what happens is you request the account through Handshake, and someone on my team basically reviews it. They make sure that Hina Patel is an alum of University of Maryland, and once we see that that is true, yes, you are an alum of Maryland, then we approve your account in Handshake, and you get an email saying, okay, your account is approved, and here's how you can start to set it up and things like that. If
Okay.
you
Thank
have
you.
Yeah, and if you have any questions about it, or issues, or need someone to help you walk through it, the phone number here, and then the UCC-student help at umd.edu, and they will start to walk you through the process.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And then I am going to finish up, and we'll have time for more questions. And I just wanted to quickly go through, as you move on in years and you are in a position where you might be a hiring manager or you own your own business, we encourage you to remember Handshake as a way to hire, fellow Terps and recent graduates, right? So as a hiring manager or someone who owns their own business, you can make sure that your institution, your employer, is using Handshake themselves. It is a free recruitment tool. There's 13 million job seekers that are on this. You can post jobs, you can join career fairs and host recruitment events in person, virtually, with not just the University of Maryland, but 1,400 schools across the US. And then intern for a day. I just wanted to share this as well. So Intern for a Day is a program for undergraduate students to do a 1 day shadowing program with an employer. So if you are an alum who is interested in doing this, or you know any other alums or just employers who might be interested in hosting students for a 1 day shadowing program, this is one of our most popular programs. We have 300 or 400 students do it every semester. Lots of alumni employers will do it. And so, yeah, so that's something that I wanted to share with you all. It's ifad.umd.edu. When trying to log into Handshake app, it's asking for directory and password. Oh, that's you, Hina. Yeah. Yeah. So you should, and Hina, when you're doing that, does it have a alumni option? Are you an alum?
It just said no, it just said like, school login or continue with email. And the continue with email was, I would imagine, were those, as I call them very endearingly, the children who just graduated in the
Yeah.
last.
Okay, and Allison's saying there's no alumni box to check. Okay. All right. I will work on this in a second. I'm gonna make sure I get through this. There's other ways as an alum you can volunteer to support your fellow Terps. So I wanted to share some of this information here. One of the biggest needs, if you have an interest, if you live in the area, or even if you're virtual and you want to help with mock interviews, this is where you can sign up to help with mock interviews or virtual interviews. And this is when students are preparing for the career fair or they just want to practice. And you do not have to be hiring anyone. You don't have to have any experience. Sometimes they need people to do resume reviews for students, but just someone who's a little further into their, career path and wants to give back to their current student Terps or recent graduates. This is a form that you can fill out to share your interest in doing that. And then upcoming career events, again, the Spring Career and Internship Fair is happening. And so I want to make sure that you all are aware of that and attend if you are able. March 11th is going to be the virtual portion of this. So if you are not in the area, you can still join the virtual fair in Handshake. And if you are in the area, you will be able to register. And I just want to get you that link really quick. So this is in 2 weeks. And again, you'll still be able to open this link whether you have a Handshake account or not, just to get the information. And you do not need to pre-register for any fair. You can just show up the day of. Alumni with or without a Handshake account, it does not matter. You do not need a UID. You just need, just a government issued ID and show up that day. So this is the link to learn more about the Spring Career and Internship Fair. And then, as you can see, there's also the UMD Alumni Career Fair, which is actually happening tomorrow on campus with about 20, 25 employers. So if you are able and interested to attend, I would encourage you to do so. And I'm going to drop that link in here too. And this is the first time that the Alumni Association has hosted this event, so it's very exciting. For those of you interested in performing arts, internship, the Career and Internship Fair is happening tomorrow as well from 1 to 4. The Education, Maryland Metropolitan Education Expo, this is for anybody who is interested in being in the classroom, whether you have a teaching license or not. The state of Maryland allows you to get into the classroom and earn your teaching license while you're in the classroom. Have over 60 employers. Most of them are school districts, public, charter, private, as well as some nonprofits and health-oriented organizations will be there. The architecture, planning, preservation, and real estate. So if you are interested in architecture, urban planning, real estate development, we have over 50 employers registered for this fair as well. I'm going to drop these links in the chat here, as well as send a follow-up for everybody. And then if you are interested in health professions, or you're considering going on to further your education in any type of health profession, whether it's physician's assistant, nursing, medical degree, anything like that, dentistry, you name it, right? It's going to be on April 23rd. And so if you have an interest in considering going on for further education in the health field, this is going to be for you. Did anyone have any other questions? I'm going to try to drop some of these links for these other fairs for you here. And if you wouldn't mind, just if you're able to jump off of mute, because I am busy trying to get these links to everybody. This is the Performing Arts Fair. But otherwise, what I can do is I'll have access to the emails for everybody that jumped on today. And then you will be able to get this slide. And my email, feel free. I will do my best. It's spain13@umd.edu. If you have any issues, you're like, Sharina, this isn't working. I can't get on Handshake. Let me know, and I will help you, or get you to the person on my team who can. So parking is not complimentary for this. Actually, I cannot answer the alumni career fair. The alumni career fair, I have no idea if they are providing parking for free in that parking. And as far as the alumni career fair, I mean the performing arts career fair, that's in the Clarice, but they're all going to be parking in the same spot. And I know that for performing arts, we do not provide parking for attendees, students, or alum. However, they're both using the same the same place at the same time. So at similar times. So you can check with the alumni career fair organizers. And then some other things is we work to have prep events or workshops and different things throughout the semester. So once you get into Handshake, you will see all these. Please do make an appointment with the alumni advisor. I am going to go ahead, because I know she would not mind at all, and share the direct email for Linda Lenore. She is our alumni career advisor. at umd.edu. Because this isn't a big group, right? So let her know that you came and saw me today. She is hosting the Mastering the Master Resume tomorrow. And let her know that you're interested in an alumni meeting. I know sometimes she tries to just figure something out through Zoom, and is a great resource. And I am pulling up the architecture fair. This is a really gem of a fair. It is, they're looking for architects. So if you don't have that license, but they're also just looking for all other kinds of, designers, urban planners, real estate development. And it's often just the architecture students that attend this fair. And I feel like it can be, anyone is welcome. Any student, any alum is welcome to attend. And I feel like that's a really great fair as well to attend. So. And I want to make sure there's one more fair that I get in here. I think it's the School of Public Health, the Health Professions Fair. Any other questions at all? I want to remind you all to attend, if you have graduated within the last year, to complete the UMD graduation survey. go.umd.edu/survey. It really does help us to understand where students land within the last year, the year of graduation. And then, again, here's my information. Contact us. Let me know if I can help. And I hope that this was a helpful time. We're only at 1:30, but unless anyone has any other questions, I can let you all get on with the day.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Thanks. This has been so helpful. I've heard I think it's Terps Connect, like it's available for alumni to connect with a Terp alumni mentor. That's within Handshake?
So it is, no, there's also Terrapins Connect. Terrapins Connect. I'm gonna find that. So Terrapins Connect is run by the Alumni Association. We do also have the resource linked within Handshake, but you do not need to get it through Handshake. You can just come straight through to this page, and it's going to tell you a lot more about Terrapins Connect, how to get started, how to start networking. And it's kind of like a LinkedIn, and it's kind of like a Handshake, but it's just for alumni to get together and connect with each other. So this is another resource that you have. I would also encourage you all to sign up for any alumni groups you can find on LinkedIn with University of Maryland that makes sense for you. And reach out to anyone, just say, hey, I'm an alum. We're both, we're both from UMD, or we both were in the same school. And of course, that's a really quick and easy way to connect with someone you've never met before. Reach out through Handshake, through LinkedIn, through Terrapins Connect. Terrapins Connect also within it has these kind of industry specific groups that you can join, depending on your industry, your skills, your interests. And especially for the alum who've been in the field, in the industry and in their career for a few years, even as you are yourself possibly in transition, midway through your career, you are also a great resource for the younger alumni who are just graduating and just getting started. And so that's, it's like twofold for Terrapins Connect. It's a great way for you to find mentors and network, but then it's also a great way for you to act as a mentor. And offer informational interviews or anything like that, where a younger alum might say, hey, I'm looking at your history here, and I would love to chat with you. So we always love to see alumni giving those opportunities to their fellow alum as well. And then I just wanted to, the other thing I wanted to do was make sure that you all are aware of all the other professional development month events that are happening. I'm assuming you found us that way. Is this event, so through February 26th, the Alumni Association is continuing to host these events. And so it's a great opportunity to, learn more about and gain more resources. So Evolving Our Agricultural Landscapes is later today. The Alumni Fair and Mastering the Master Resume is tomorrow. Coffee with Career Coaches. And so, Allison, this is the one where you would meet the career coaches that are within the Alumni Association. And then just anything else, like things that are kind of focusing on the times, and everything has been recorded. So if you missed last week, and you're like, I want to learn more about Terrapins Connect or Displaced Not Defeated. A lot of our alum, especially in the DMV area, have been hit pretty hard in this last year and have found themselves in a space where they're like, wait, what happened to my career? And so this was run by the Alumni Association to try to help with that as well. And then the final is going to be the National Networking Night. So on Tuesday, February 24th, if you are in the area, and another opportunity, Coffee with Career Coaches. The first time that the Alumni Association is hosting an entire month of events. They typically only host a week. And so it's very exciting. Any other questions? Okay, I'm gonna put my
Oh, yes. Sorry, I have one last question. So the
Oh, yeah.
professional development month, like, is it primarily geared toward the federal displaced workers? I mean, I know some things are open to like everybody and recent grads, but are they just doing it for the first time, like an extended month for people like myself? Like, is that like the reason?
I think there might have been a little bit of that, but also I guess February has always been Professional Development Month.
Okay.
Beyond the Alumni Association here at University of Maryland. And I think they wanted to jump onto that and really provide a longer amount of opportunities throughout February. In the past, if you've ever attended, there was Alumni Week, which was just like usually the third or fourth week in January. But this year we were very happy to see that they're doing the whole month. So really great. And the Alumni Fair, it's the first time they're doing that. So we're helping promote it, and yeah, there's going to be some good employers that are hiring. So at the event. Oh yeah, hire Terps. Yeah. Let's put that back in here. That's the fair tomorrow. And again, I am Sharina. I run the employer relations team here at the University Career Center. And my email is there, spayne13@umd.edu. Feel free to follow up if you have any questions. All right, thank you all and enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully we'll see you at the Mastering Master Resumes tomorrow. And just give you a heads up, the Mastering Master Resumes is really about those who have a lot of experience in like putting it on there and how to really make sure that you're promoting yourself well. All right. Thank you all. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.